Hi there, Dr. Karen here. So for this video, I wanted to reiterate some of the things that I mentioned in the webinar about daily detox habits. Simple things you can do daily to help you feel your best, eliminate those toxins that we're putting in our body. So the first thing would be drinking lots of water. Our body is made up of about 70% or 80% water, so replenishing that is really, really important. So drinking about 6 to 8 cups a day of water throughout the day is really important. It doesn't have to be complicated. If you don't like water, adding a bit of flavoring to it, the soda streams are a good idea, or even sparkling water can be helpful. The second thing is warm water with lemon in the morning. So lemon is a great bitter or citrus fruit that helps to stimulate those digestive juices, gets things moving and started in the morning. But it's important to drink that before you have breakfast. Again, to start all those, or to stimulate all those digestive juices. So this is obviously a lemon that I've started the past morning or two. Really just a slice of that in warm water. Warm water is going to help lubricate the big muscle of the digestive system. When you have cold water, that can constrict us and constrict that big muscle, but we want to make sure that things are moving properly. So slice of water in the morning to help to improve those, or turn on those digestive juices. Nice colorful veggies, that's the third thing. So we're gonna get lots of different nutrients when we get a plethora of different colors in our diet. So that's why I've tried to include a lot of different colors in the meal plan for the spring cleanse. So greens, cabbage, those type of things will have something called I3C in it. And I3C is really important for both phase 1 and phase 2 of liver detoxification. Beets as well have lots of nice nutrients to help stimulate phase 1 and phase 2 of liver detoxification. So whether you want to add it to a salad like we're doing in the cleanse, or roast veggies, sauteed lightly on the stove, lots of different options to help include all those colorful veggies. Fiber is another thing that can be really, really helpful as a daily detox habit. Adding 1 or 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed or chia seeds to our diet provides soluble fiber that helps to bind bile. So what happens is that our liver produces bile, our gallbladder stores bile, and then our bile helps to emulsify fats and gets rid of toxins in our body. But to stimulate bile flow, we need that fiber to bind to it. So sometimes when I see people that have a gallbladder removed, they have kind of chronic loose stools because the bile is actually leaking out constantly from the gallbladder and stimulating the bowels. So the fiber helps to bind the bile and regulate that a little bit more. Having flaxseed in our oatmeal, or chia seeds or flaxseed in a salad, that kind of thing can really help. Sometimes people need a fiber supplement to help with that. So it depends on how you're doing with bowels. That we can gauge that. So soluble fiber from things like flaxseed, chia, psyllium husk, slippery elm, those type of things are really helpful. We're going to get some insoluble fiber from the colorful fruits and vegetables, but having both insoluble and soluble can be really helpful. Another thing to add on to the lemon water is apple cider vinegar. So I know I've touched on this in the webinar. Apple cider vinegar, again, is going to be very stimulating to the liver to, again, turn on those digestive juices and increase bile production and make sure we're limiting that stagnation in the liver and the gallbladder, get things moving out of our system. So apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon in a little bit of warm water before our largest meal can be very, very helpful for bloating, indigestion, heartburn even. Just be careful if it's irritating at all, which just means we need to soothe and coat the digestive system in the stomach first before we add in that apple cider vinegar. So just watch for some of those symptoms. Limit coffee. Obviously coffee is going to be can be quite stimulating for our liver. It's a bitter. It's kind of one of the only bitter foods that we're used to eating, or drinking I should say. So being aware of how your body responds to that coffee and limiting it so we're not having 3-4 cups a day. Finally, some other lifestyle things we can do that's not to do with diet is either hot-cold showers. So hot-cold shower will help stimulate blood flow, stimulate circulation to get things moving and decrease that stagnation again in our body. And finally, dry skin brushing. So this is my dry skin brush. There's going to be lots of different variations of this. But something you can do for a few minutes before you jump in the shower to stimulate lymph flow and circulation. Lymph is going to be moving throughout our body, so it's important again to get that moving. It helps with skin, bloating, and detoxification. So kind of using the dry skin brush, rubbing that in the direction of lymph. You can look that up pretty easily, just a few minutes before. So those are simple daily detox tips you can add to your routine. It doesn't take long to do that, especially if you're kind of focusing on a holistic, healthy diet. Lemon water in the morning may just take a few extra minutes, but lots of great, easy things you can do. Any questions? Let me know.